So it's my first year connected to the wheel. The first time my 51-year-old soul has been researching dates and Sabbats and stories of the sun and gods and goddesses and cycles and learning correspondences of colours and crystals and food and herbs and animals. And it's been wonderful. And Samhain approaches and it's a new start, the first start of the turn of the wheel. And at this point, I think about all of the YouTube searches I've done, the Pinterest searches, the Google searches, to find out all of this information that I've been soaking in. And it's made me realise that the information overload is kind of now pushing out the peace that I want and that I've been searching by connecting to the wheel in the first place. I want to feel more of the power that I felt with the earth beneath my feet and being connected to place. I want to feel more of the peace that I found when I've had the earth in my hands and under my fingernails. I want to feel more of the peace that I found when I've crept out into the garden at night to hug my tree and to take it beautiful stones that I found, or to peek out and see where the moon is and how she's presenting and to feel connected to that. So the words and the content of other people while I've been learning about the Wheel of the Year has been marvellous, freely given and so gratefully received. But as we enter a new turning of the wheel, with Samhain coming up, I felt like I wanted to take my feet off the pedals of acquiring knowledge and instead to put my own hands back on the wheel myself, to sit quietly and to listen and to ask nature and my locality to show me answers, to find out what the wheel means for my soul and for my practice in my location with my history and my ancestral DNA and my location and the temperature that I feel on my own skin. What does the wheel mean for me? So with this question on my heart, I have been visiting all the places that I love, and I've been walking in the woods daily. And the first time I walked into the woods with this question on my heart, as I walked in, the trees above me sent down the biggest confetti shower of leaves onto my head. And I felt like I'd walked into church. I felt like Mother Nature was welcoming me into a wedding ceremony and asking me to come join her. And it was incredible. And every time I offered up the same question, I would get showered with leaves again. And it felt like Mother Nature was saying, look to nature. We will tell you everything you need to know. So we started looking at the leaves, and I saw a few lessons. The green leaves still holding on, still talking about summer days, still talking about the jobs that they had had in summer, the shelter and protection they'd given to nests, and the way they'd soaked up the sun's energy to nourish the tree. They were still talking about the role that they had had. Then there were some bare branches that looked slightly out of place still, just the odd bare branch. And they spoke to me about how new spaces and new rotations can feel unusual to start with and to prepare yourself for that feeling. Then there were the leaves floating down in full autumn glory, golds and browns and blacks and oranges and yellows. Just the most superb autumnal rainbow of colours. And they spoke to me about how beautiful it is to let go of things that no longer serve. But then there are all the rotting leaves, kind of mushed into the mud underfoot around the bases of trees, already beginning to rot in the rain that we've had. And they spoke to me about energy, how it doesn't ever end. And the books say that leaves take 4 days to die. But those rotting leaves were saying, well, actually, no, we don't ever die. We reincarnate. We're souls, and our energy goes back into the tree, ready to create something new. And those rotting leaves just spoke to me about the beauty of making the space for something new, and that newness needs that space. But we never really let go of anything to do with ourselves. We just transform it. We reincarnate, we transform. And it was just the most beautiful lesson to be taught in this amazing church. I came home and I journaled, and I thought of all the things I needed to let go of that I was holding on tight to, all the things that didn't serve me anymore. And I wrote them on the dead leaves that I'd collected. And I also made a spell picture, and I drew a picture with leaves and hid those keywords into the picture and put all my intent to learning the lessons of the leaves into that picture. I thought about how those things I so desperately wanted to let go of had served me in the past, and I paid homage to that and gave gratitude to that. And I also thought about ways to support myself while I'm in that bare branch phase where things are still oddly new in the letting go. And then I thought about how I could reincarnate once I'd let go. What good did I want to bring in? What was next year's tree going to look like? And it was just wonderful. So this video is all about the lessons of the leaves, and this is what I've discovered, putting my hands back on my own wheel of the year, that the lead up to Samhain means for me. It's preparing for the new, it's letting go of what needs to be let go of, and looking out the window at the leaves falling. It's there, it's all there in front of us. So it's taken a bit of time journaling to really give thanks for those things in the past and the services that they did for me, to understand that there will be challenges in letting the new in and preparing for that, but also just really embracing how beautiful it is to let go of things and imagining next year's tree. What could we become if we let go of the things that we need to let go of? So I hope you have enjoyed the lessons of the leaves. This is what the lead up to Samhain means to me.